Then again, we did get a surprise of these. You know, we put them in on the hottest days. Yeah, didn't we? Well, no, we put them in before the hottest day. We had like 3 hot days or something, and they still survived. And they've settled down nicely. I mean, we could have been better, but you know, it was a learning curve, fellas. It's a wonky learning curve, certainly. Everything you've known is wrong. Basically, I get the impression they're doing the growth, they're fattening up their roots and everything now, when you think they're in dormancy and they're not. It's a bit like you see the old plum tree. It gets to this stage, then it goes through a couple of months, and then you suddenly see the leaves, you know, the new branches coming out before the leaves come out. I reckon that's what they're doing. They're doing that sort of thing that all the plum trees and all those sort of European trees do. They sort of they fatten up before they actually put out the new leaves, sort of thing. And this one down here, you know, I reckon that's growing, fellas. That really does look like it's growing now. And it's fattening up and growing when you think, or you tell me, it's in dormancy. And I'm saying, hang on, the evidence speaks otherwise, you know. Yeah, I can actually see slow developments, you know. And this thing is still trying to plug out traps, you know. It hasn't said, no one's given that one the stop sign, you know. And same with this one. Still putting out new traps, new leaves. And we've gone below the magic 8 degrees, so I reckon it's all a load of bunkum, fellas. I think you got it wrong. The major thing I think you've got wrong is the sand contains salt. And when it's in this colour and it's not in the albumin form, it's got the salt in it. When it loses the salt, it takes the iron with it and it goes to this sort of albumin form. And of course, therefore, the plants are going to be somewhat iron deficient, which is what I've been saying all along. So, you know, my observations from years and years ago do fit into the current picture or trend of the story, sort of thing. You know, and how much iron we got in there and how much iron is actually in chicken breast meat and egg, you know. You know, it's not the obvious amount of iron, is it? And is it really iron, or, you know, all the books talk about red meats being, you know, containing lots of iron. Is it really iron, or is it something similar to iron, like manganese? Is it because the original tests for these things back in the day, like back in the day for the micronutrients, they had 2 forms of iron for plants, and the second form of iron turned out to be manganese. Is that the thing? Were they using the same sort of test back then? And somehow it's just been, you know, everyone's just sort of taking it on board. Red meats are rich in iron, and maybe they've got some iron in it, but you might find that manganese is high or something. You know, no one's even bothered to check, and no one really cares, and it's too much hard work to educate the public. You know, there's going to be a revolution in the pharmaceutical industry. Everyone's going to go out and be buying manganese tablets rather than iron tablets. All that Popeye stuff was wrong because it wasn't the iron in there. It was actually the manganese, and I don't know. It could be something like that, some sort of weird bent scenario like that. But yeah, anyway, we'll see how we go. But that just looks weird, fellas. It just really does. I mean, I'll be surprised if they're not wilted by tomorrow. I'll be out there all night, I reckon, having to spray them, I reckon, but we never know. We might get the rain coming in. It's supposed to be getting some more rain in, and